So recently, Boosie said he's getting his 14-year-old son some head for his birthday. Happy G-Day, Tootie Raw, that's the son's name. Love you, son, with all my heart. Pops, see you tomorrow. From Pops, see you tomorrow. Got a bag for you and a bad bitch to give you some head. You already know how I do it. Tootie Raw, the mixtape dropping October 1st.
See, it's funny because when I hear things, I think certain shit sticks out to me that doesn't stick out to other people. Like, everybody is so worried about that he said he was going to get his son some head, right? You know what sticks out to me in that whole thing? His son's nickname is Tootie Raw. Like, Tootie is like a slang for sniffing.
Oh, really?
Tootie Raw.
Okay.
Like, it's like sniffing coke is his nickname. Like, that's an ill nickname for a 14-year-old kid. You see? But that goes over a lot of people's heads. You were just saying Tootie Raw like it was nothing. Like it was just some hood shit. And it is.
Well, where he's from, it may mean something completely different.
I don't think so.
You think he's calling his son's nickname is nicknamed after cocaine?
He's saying his son's so raw like coke. Man, you like that Tootie Raw. That sound like some real down south shit. You understand? My son's so ill, he's so pure, nigga, I had to call him Tootie Raw. Yeah, that sound like the psychology.
I mean, with someone like a Boosie, maybe.
You see what I'm saying? That's baby heroin. Or I don't know. There's all kind of slang names out there. I'm just saying, like, that stands out to me.
Well, look.
That stands out to me.
Number one, I'm sure that you're going to be a little more popular in your school being Boosie's son. I'm sure you might get some spillover pussy off of just that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Is his son fucking at 14?
Maybe.
He's probably trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Is 14 too young?
Not necessarily. I mean, it is, but I can't say it is because, that's around when I started, about 14, 15.
Yeah.
I know kids that was fucking since they was 12.
Mm. Yeah, I think I knew one or two.
Mm-hmm. But would I fucking, would I want that for my children? No.
Did your son ever talk to you about sex?
Yeah.
Was that uncomfortable?
Not really, because, it would be more uncomfortable talking to my daughter.
Yeah.
And
that's where mommy comes in.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question. When your son was in high school,
mm-hmm.
how much of it, did you hear sort of having his dad be Lord Jamar from Brand New being kind of affect him as a teenager? Because you had your son fairly young, right?
I was like 24 when I had him.
24. Okay, not that young. Okay, so 24.
I mean, I know it didn't affect him the way it could affect certain other people. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
well,
he went to a kind of school that, like, not everybody would even know who the fuck I was at this school.
Right. He wasn't Blue Ivy.
Huh?
He was like a Blue
Ivy. Exactly. Like, you ain't got that type of shit to worry about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it still affected him in a way, though, good and bad, I think. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, the child's always going to feel like they're in whoever their famous parent is. They're in that shadow in a way, and now they got to make a way for themselves in the world, and, and now here's this parent trying to maybe teach them something, but, I want to do it my own self, and, I don't know. He took a lot of bumps and bruises trying to, not follow the path. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And now that he's around the age that when I had him, now he's starting to see. You know what I mean?
Did he ever want to be a rapper?
Yeah, he wants to rap right now.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually pretty nice. But the thing that I see about these younger generation is that they don't have the same drive that we used to have. I'm like, you say you want to do something, do it. I got a full studio in my crib. You think this guy come to the crib and record?
Nope.
Nope. I used to fucking beg, borrow, and steal to fucking put together my equipment to fucking DJ. I borrow mixer from this guy, turntable from this one, records. Now I got a whole set to do what I said I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody had to tell me to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit ain't for everybody. A lot of shit just sounds good to say it. Oh yeah, I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm a promoter, I'm a this, I'm a that, you know?
What I'm saying is it's not just him. I see it in this generation. Like they might really want to do some shit, but they're not used to the true grind of getting up and really applying yourself to what you say you want to do.
Well, I think a lot of it is the process, right? It's like, okay, back in the day when you were starting to do music, if you wanted to record a song,
You had to leave the crib.
you had to leave your house, spend some money.
Right.
When you're there, the clock is ticking, and you don't have a lot of money at the time, so you gotta that hour, 2, 3
Pinpoint
hours in the
focus,
studio.
yes, forces you.
You have to be completely focused, or else you just lost all that money and have nothing to show for it. So there's a preparation, and both mental and actual physical work involved in preparing for this actual act. Whereas shit, you could record a song. You hear artists that are out today with songs on the radio that they just did on their laptop. So it's like, well, I could literally just roll over and just press a couple buttons and record a song, and
So do that then. You see what I'm saying? Like, do that.
Well, and the people who really are supposed to do it, they do that. And the people who it sounds good on
I'm
paper.
just saying, like, some people are talented. And see, you got talented people, and then you got people with drive. And then you got talented people with drive.
Yeah.
They don't always come together.
Absolutely not.
And a lot more times, it's the people with drive who end up being more successful than the talented people. Because the talented people naively feel like their talent should just propel them to wherever the fuck they need to go. Meanwhile, you got some less talented people over here working hella hard to get where the fuck they need to be. And that hard work actually helps them to jump over these so-called talented motherfuckers. Because my son is talented. This motherfucker can write some shit. But it's like I shouldn't have to hound you to record some shit. You don't have to come over, go somewhere else and do it. But do it. And do it consistently. Remember he said he wanted to be a tattoo artist one time. Bought him the guns and all of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I let him do these shits on my hands.
Oh, so those are your son's tattoos?
My sons did these. My son did these. You know what I mean? So it's like, but what's up? Now I got you the shit. I want to see you drawing every day, practicing. You know what I mean? Like I need that kind of energy. And again, I've seen this in a lot of people from his generation. So it's not just him. You know what I mean? I've just seen it firsthand from him. But I talk to other people, you know what I mean? Their children, I see, you know what I mean? I watch other people, and it's like, wow, this whole generation is just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say it's a whole generation because there continues to be good music that gets put out and so forth. But I think a lot of it is like
it's not even just music, bro.
Just anything. Yeah.
I'm talking about you say you want to do something, do it.
See, like the thing is like for someone who is trying to do some shit that's completely out of the music industry, like, okay, like where do I start? Like, oh, I'm, They go to 20 events and they finally meet someone who produced a song on some, on Young Thug's album, 3 albums ago. And it's like a big deal and so forth. So they appreciate that and they work for it. And it's the work required for it. In the case of your son, well, he knows that, I got my dad. He knows everybody. He's got a studio at his house. It's like you don't have to work to get to step one already. So you kind of assume the step one is already there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's fully that either. Because I can't explain.
Look at for example, Tom Hanks' son. Tom Hanks' son could be the next great director, could be the next great actor. He has one of the greatest actors as his father. And I think his mom's an actress too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you have two
qualified,
A-list actors. And let me tell you something. We booked Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah, you told me this before.
Chet Hanks for an interview. Out of all the interviews we've ever booked in our entire 10-year career, people have not made interviews. But there's usually a reason for it. There's usually I'm sorry.
Right.
This happened. I fucked up. I
Not
overslept.
Him, he just fucked it off. Like, whatever.
He said, yeah, I'm not going to make it. Without let's reschedule. No, I'm just not going to make it. Mm-hmm. Sorry. And we confirmed with him like 2 hours before. Like, yeah, I'm going to be there. But then when it was about to happen, I'm not going to make it. It's like, okay, now listen. Not only have we paid for a studio, because this was in LA, but we paid for a cameraman, which is, because it's not New York, which is where my permanent staff is, where if you don't show up, it's not quite as annoying or expensive. But he was like, yeah, sorry, I ain't going to make it. This level of fuck up I haven't seen before. And this is someone who could be phenomenal and has all the tools to make him phenomenal. Like, for example, I just interviewed Damian Marley. A lot of the reggae artists, they jump on rhythms, right? Whoever the hot producer is at the time, they'll come out with a beat and 20 artists will jump on it. If Beanie Man has the hottest song, that becomes the big song and so forth. But you never really did that. Or
Not too much, no.
Was there a reason for it?
Well, kind of again, just my environment, having, Steve as my producer when I was doing my first albums and still produces tracks for me up to now. Just I guess the culture of how my family was moving at the time, melody makers would always have a very high level of production in that kind of case and produce a lot of their own music. So we did a lot of our production in-house in that kind of way, as opposed to looking for outside producers. And I think at the time too, Steve did really want to try to put together some music that would have some form of crossover potential. You know what I mean? So it kind of had a bit of a hip-hop funk to it, and even on my first album, we did a lot of my father's hooks because, we're very early in the stage of developing myself as a writer and such forth on my first record, And now we just kind of came up in that culture and it has worked for us and we're kind of expected to present our music that way.
Damian Marley is a perfect example of someone that was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And this is something he admitted. He admits himself. He grew up uptown. He didn't grow up in the hood. He didn't grow up in the ghetto. Mm-hmm. He was a rich kid, right? He was the youngest. By that, he was 2 years old when his dad died, and by that time, and so forth. And he has 3 Grammys. The first reggae artist to actually win 2 Grammys in one night, in 2 different categories.
Oh.
Bob Marley would have won it, but there was no reggae Grammys back then. Right. You know what I mean? And he's got hit records. That album with Nas is incredible. You know what I mean? Welcome to Jam Rock. Like that song with Skrillex. Like he's got dope shit.
That's him on the Jay-Z joint, right?
That's him on the Jay-Z joint. That's what I'm saying.
Bang! Gangsta na live in a tenement yard.
That's a Jacob Miller song.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know about it. And actually, what's funny is in my interview with Damian,
Jay had the hook already. He knew what he wanted for the hook.
So did someone already sing it?
Him. So I went into the studio and his voice was the voice that was basically the demo for what he wanted me.
So he's singing Jacob Miller.
Yeah.
How did it sound?
I didn't even realize it was him. I was like, who is that? And he's like, it's me. I was like, really? Yeah. Like,
Right,
oh,
because
okay.
Jay-Z's not really a singer.
No, not really.
Yeah, man. This is an example of a kid that could have literally done nothing. Could have just lived off his dad's money and had a bunch of kids and, you know, just fucked it all off.
All right, so what motivated him?
What motivated him? I think he just loved the music that much. And he's a Rasta. Like, I think he really got into the culture. You know, he said, like, after high school, he
There
started
you go.
growing his dreads out. His hair good.
Love motivated him. God motivated him.
Yeah.
That's what makes you move.
Yeah.
Not all this material bullshit and silver spoons don't make you do shit.
Yeah.
Love is the biggest motivator in the universe.